Man, it's crazy there isn't nobody here. I'm gonna do my favorite thing, steal some stuff. Where the hell is everyone? Is that camera on? Oh, I'm coming out there, you son of a bitch. Alright, dude, I'm not entirely sure why you are fucking peeping on me, but we got some more important stuff to discuss. Like where all the motherfucking rats are hiding, dog. Let's get to it right now. Alright guys, welcome to Interchange. Interchange is a rats aplenty, I promise you. Just a heads up, I wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching all these videos. The views have been crazy and I'm just getting started. If you guys haven't already subbed, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to hit 1,000 so I can make a little bread off of this. Alright, up first, idea. Idea is IKEA, but in Tarkov form. Lots of places to hide in here. I'm going to show you a handful. Over here right when you come in the front door, stand on this ATM, turn around. This sign will actually kind of blend in with your head. And might actually save your life. You better not. Done with that. Going upstairs. First thing we're going to do when we go upstairs is we're going to have a hard left and go up those stairs that are illuminated over there. Everybody knows that you can get there. However, I'm going to show you guys just in case you don't know already. While I'm taking the couple, minutes to walk over here, I wanted to say thank you guys for telling me that my mic was dog shit. I think I fixed it. If I didn't, sorry. Anyway, up here. Hop on this table if you want. You don't really have to. This glass is something you can shoot through. Gives you a great angle on all of idea as well as the front door. If somebody were to come in here, that's easy peasy, Doug. I don't know why I'm looking at it for so long. We're going to move on. Okay. After this, we're going to go back down the stairs and head into this office here. This office is a highly contested area at the beginning of almost every raid. I would highly recommend coming in here if you're looking for PvP. If you hop on these boxes, hop on the small boxes, you can actually get up on top of this thing. And nobody looks up in this game. Nobody ever looks up. So, come up here to heal, pack mags, wait, be a rat turkey ass motherfucker. Whatever you want, man. Moving on. Going in deeper to idea. Lots of stuff you can hop on. This shelf here in particular is a great spot to post up, kind of hang out. Tricky to get up on top of. Showing you there that you can't just get on it by jumping on the back. You actually have to jump on these boxes that go up through the middle shelf. Jump up a couple times. Careful with your final jump. And then you can go all the way up to this outside railing, kind of like the one on customs, and walk all the way up this son of a bitch. Gives you a great angle all the way down the hall towards the front door. And more than likely, either somebody will be in that door there, or walking up the middle, under the sale sign. Hell yeah. Moving on. If you go around on the inside of Idea, there is a crack that leads you to the middle of the mall. It's a broken down wall. You can actually get up on top of it. I've tried to get up on top of that shelf. It doesn't work. There's an invisible wall. Moving into the middle of the mall, there is this playset that you saw a second ago when I was up in that other stairwell area. You can actually get on top of this playset. Nobody ever looks up here. Take a little crouch. You got a great angle at the front of the Idea, and anything moving through it. Lots of scabs, however. Next spot we're going to, Ollie. Ollie is on the opposite side of the mall. I figured I would do the big spots first, go into the mall afterwards. So Ollie, coming to the back of Ollie, there's this a shelf just like the one we were climbing on a second ago. Gives you a great angle into the middle of the mall outside of Texo, as well as the laundry or furniture store, as well as the inside of Ollie in the back too. A lot of the spots in Ollie are going to be against this back wall. You can jump on all of these boxes. For whatever reason, this game is kind of like Valorant or CS, where most players don't anticipate having to move their mouse up or down. So if you can raise your head a little higher than anticipated, ground level, you put yourself in a really, really good advantage for most fights. Hopping down. This is a Stank Rat special, if you guys watch that guy. Hop up on these boxes, hop up on this metal grate thing, and go prone. A friend of mine kind of lays here for the entirety of raids, gets multiple kills every raid, gives you great angles on most of Ollie, as well as the front of the mall. High fives, firm handshakes, moving on. Continuing on, guess what? More boxes, and we're getting up on top of them bitches. Hop up on here. Essentially the same angles you had before, without the shelves in the way on your left. You can look all the way through to where all the cash registers are. Lots of scabs over there. players often are chasing scavs because there are a lot of kill quests on Interchange. Easy peasy. Last set of boxes you're going to jump on is actually going to be at the front of Ollie by the escalators, towards the back of the store. What I'm looking at now is the front. You can hop on these boxes. If you spawn at Emercom and you come in the back door and you hop on this early, there's like a 90% chance somebody is going to come directly in front of you through the front door of Ollie. Get there first, you win. Moving on. Heading into the back of Ollie into the storage area, if you run around back here and look around, there's plenty of stuff to get on top of. Whether or not it's a good spot to be doesn't matter. It's all, you know, dependent upon the combat situation that you're in. Moving deeper into here, you can actually see the shelf that goes pretty vertical. Something that you can easily jump on without any assistance from any other players and or boxes. Hop off here, wait for players to either move from the back of Ghoshan into here or from Emercom itself. Hopping down here and heading back the other way. There's a truck back here, I believe. Heading down here into the back of this trailer truck thing. There's actually a little ramp that you can get on, and then from there you can get higher up. Not a whole lot of traffic through here. There will be if you look back towards where we came from. But that's early raid, late raid. So, there are 1,000 ways to get out of here. This is just something to keep in your back pocket if you're getting chased and or know somebody's coming. Next, we're going to move our asses into Ghoshan. Ghoshan is a big old grocery store located in the rear of the mall on the main floor. Coming from the main floor itself, you can hop onto these sandbags, up onto this tent. This tent here, you're actually able to jump on, jump across, and then you have this kind of very, very narrow walkway. The top of the tent isn't actually there. It's a model that doesn't exist. You can continue walking. Take a hard left. Make sure that you're at a 90, and then gently jump in front of you. Giving you a phenomenal angle over at Secret Door. And guess what? Secret Door. Great spot. Nobody ever looks up here. Nobody even... I don't even think people know that you can do this. I just be out here breaking the game, bro. That's what I do. Moving on. Right next to where we just hopped down, you can actually get into the back of this truck. You have to jump on the front of this forklift if you're forklift certified. And then peek around. This is a decent spot because there's a lot of traffic through here. People coming through Ghoshan typically come through the middle. You can hide right here and wait. And yeah, people don't look up. Like I've said, probably 1,000 times. Heading towards the back of Ghoshan, we're actually going to make a move towards the dead center. There is this truck in the middle of the superstore. You can get on top of the back of this thing. This is where we just were a second ago, where I'm peeking at. Hop up here and go prone. Great angles. You might want to kill the lights. The lights might blow up your spot, but yeah, that's user preference at that point. Like a lot of Interchange, the vertical options that you have are kind of endless. You can get on top of just about everything. And the beauty of Ghoshan is that you can jump from things to things, giving you angles on just about the entire store. Jumping makes a lot of noise, however, so keep that in mind as you're hopping around. Heading towards the back here, this fire pile, while a lot of people don't know that you can actually get in it, you can. You can also get on top of this front loader. People flagstaff themselves on top of these things, and like I said, probably, again, 1,000 times, motherfuckers don't look up, bro. They don't. So get high. Get high as you can. Forget your name. Do what you gotta do, man. Anyway, you can also get under this pile of flaming shit. Gives you another angle. However, if you are in front of a big old fire, people are going to see a black silhouette in front of said fire, so don't use this very often unless you have to. Another front loader. Again, get on top of it. Not a whole lot other than that to Ghoshan. This is mostly like a user thing. If you head to the back by the actual food spawns, you can get on top of this. Everybody knows this, though. You can jump over this and head on back out towards power. Back here in the storage area, there are several cheeky little jumps that you can use as well, such as this one. You jump onto these boxes, you can get on top of these lights here. Turn to your left, hop on top of this box. Gives you a great angle towards the exit from power, as well as the entrance from Emercom to your right, as well as a few angles inside of Ghoshan itself. Hopping down and going directly across from where we just were, there's a set of boxes over here. That weapons box doesn't always spawn there. If it doesn't, you're going to need a buddy to get up here. But you can hop on this shelf here. And then if you're like hanging off the shelf, just like halfway, you can actually jump up on top of this box and then into this shelf. It's pretty cool, pretty cool. Gives you a better angle on those two spots we mentioned a second ago, but it does take a little more time to get into. There's another weapons box. You can use that to get on top of those boxes there. Moving deeper into the storage area, we're going to head down this way towards that shelf. That shelf is in front of a forklift. Hop on top of the forklift. You can actually get on top of the shelf, which will give you some great angles all the way down this hallway. Again, from power to Emercom. Height is your friend. Height is always your friend. Try to get as high as you can, as often as you can. Great angle towards the back door. Spin around. Great angle towards the 2 Emercom doors. Fantastic spot. Moving into the middle of the mall, on the first floor. There are a lot of stores in here. Typically in these videos, I'll be giving you callouts. However, all of these stores are literally named. So you guys are on your own there. I will, however, say them to you as we are passing by. Like, this is the National. Inside the National, not a whole lot of traffic goes through the National. A handful of things you can jump on, such as these boxes. If you see this model, for whatever reason, the lowest box there is like at an angle. So I would recommend trying to go at it from the side. If somebody's in National and you need to pick a fight, you can hop on top of those boxes and get them from above. Moving on and going into Mantis. Mantis is the medical room. Mantis has a lot of traffic that goes through it due to a handful of quests that require you to come in here, as well as meds everywhere. If you hide right here, it gives you a great view at all of the cubicles from above. And also, you could just sit there and kind of wait for people to run by. All of these cubicles are something that you can get up on top of and add unforeseen angles to whatever fight that you may be in at whatever time. Showing you a few more examples here. This is a great way to get eyes down the hallway, as well as towards pretty lights over there and at the bottom of the escalator. Lots of scavs go through there. I kind of messed with this spot for a minute, trying to think that I can get up onto these boxes. I know that if you have a buddy, you can boost your way up there, but I don't think it's a one-man job. At the time of this recording, I do have max strength, max endurance, and no matter what I do, I just can't seem to get up there. So, there you go. Moving out of Mantis, we're going to head across the way into German. The main reason I bring this place up, not for camping, not for parkour, but to let you guys know that this is a little-known GPU spawn on these little pillars in the middle of the room, as well as the countertops on the outside of the room. GPU spawn there. Now you know. Go find your GPUs. Heading across the hall, over by this escalator, we're going to go into Brutal. Brutal has a forklift. Get on top of the forklift. Not a whole lot of reason to be parkouring around in here. Not a whole lot of reason to be in here at all, honestly, other than to plant the camera for one of those skier quests. If you are going to camp in here, your best bet is to get on that shelf right here in the back, in the dark. Due to it being in the dark, people look in here and they look, head height, as I've said multiple times, and they probably will just, miss your toesies. While Brutal might not be a high traffic area itself, the area around it is, to include Kiba across the way, which is the locked weapons store. It requires 2 keys to get into, and it's pretty great. Going out of Brutal and hooking an immediate right, we can actually get onto the back of this truck. If you hop onto these sandbags, from the sandbags, I do believe, over onto those boxes, and then from the boxes, onto the back of the truck. This truck is in the middle of the mall, one of the main hallways, with Ross being behind it and the rest of the mall being in front of it. Great angle down the way towards blue hexagon. It's blue because the lights there are blue. I spin around. This one's just kill a hole. A lot of people call it red hexagon due to the red lights being up top. Turning around and going inside a Dick. The name of the store is a Dick. Relatively high traffic due to the fact that Ross is right next to it. Ross is high traffic due to its tech spawns to include GPUs, Tetrises, screen bats, all of that stuff. Getting up on top of these boxes gives you a great way to throw your enemies off. It's very dark in here, so most people try to spend their time checking their corners rather than looking up. This little jump here, if you get onto this cot and then onto these boxes, this is a Willer's special. I've seen him kill multiple people here. While on these boxes, the shelves and ollie don't render, but players do. So there's a decent chance that you'll be able to see them, but not able to hit them. However, knowledge is power in this game, and the person who sees the other guy first wins. So keep that in mind. Use that where you will, and we're going to move on. Heading out of a Dick, going across the hall, and directly to the right is the sports store. This is it's not really trafficked very often. However, there are spots in here that you can hide. A lot of the fights that spill over from a Dick and or Ross end up there. Moving from that spot to the front of the mall. If you go from the front of the mall to the front door, to the store directly right of the front door. I guess it's called Spiel. You can actually hop around here, sit, and a lot of rats will sit here and wait for people to go up the front stairs, either in or out. Better to know that that spot exists than to use it yourself. However, you know it's there. Blue Star room. I've always just called this Blue Star. I'm not entirely sure what the name of the actual store is, but all the stars are blue, and there's a lot of shelves that you can jump on. You can see them lining the perimeter of the room. If you need to hop up on something, or, you know, get somebody off your trail and hold an angle, those shelves are a great place to start. Running across the hall into TTS, if you just look around this room, you can hop up on all of this. Again, these two stores are typically where you're headed when shit is fucked and you need to get out of Dodge. If you need to go vertical, I recommend it. However, holding a corner in here is probably for the best. Heading back to the kill-a-hole. Behind the kill-a-hole is a tarp. If you hop on top of these boxes, it gives you a great angle all the way down towards red hex again. Excuse me, blue hex. As well as past Kiba, etc. We also, across from the boxes that we were just looking at a second, is called Generic Shop. There is a tank in here. That of which you can get on top of. Generic is a pretty high trafficked area due to the fact that Ross is around the corner. And if you spawned behind Ollie at Emercom, you're typically going to go through Ross and or upstairs. If you go through Ross, you're going to see this spot. Highly recommend putting this one in your back pocket because I've used it many times. It's always successful. As well as several corners to hop into. This little corner here has a weapons box down there. People know about it, so they come in here to loot it. If you're going to catch a rat, it's probably going to be in this corner. A lot of Generic is jumpable, but not a whole lot of angles to be gained from it other than the tank angle. Heading out of the back of Generic, back towards Avocado. If you hook a right out of the back of Generic, you're going to end up in the store. The name of the store is Avocado. It is one of the buildings or stores that you need to go into in order for you to check all the stores at the beginning of the game. This is a very popular spot for rats to sit and wait and look at this trash over here due to the fact that you need to plant shit over there for a quest. As of this point, we're going to head upstairs up to the top floor. On the top floor, there are several really handy spots. This one right here is probably my favorite spot on Interchange as a whole. If you come up the Idea escalator, which I just came up, you can go into this store named Father and Sons. All the way down here by this picture of this guy smoking a cig, it looks like. They're just chilling. I don't know. Model bullshit. You can hop onto this changing room, hop up on the wall, walk around these TVs by turning right towards the wall as you're walking directly into them to keep your momentum against the wall. And then there's this window that you can kind of sit on, watch people come up the escalator, as well as down the main front side of the mall, headed your way. Great spot. It also gives you an angle down those hallways as well. Lots of good stuff. At the front of the mall itself, there are these giant cross members. You are actually able to jump on them, and there are multiple of these that you can use. I think I go up this one and I fall off. You know, jabroni tendencies, it happens. These deliver a fantastic angle towards Tech Light as well as Papillon. At the beginning of almost every raid, there is some kind of fight that happens here. And you are like fucking Batman, and you can just grab whatever angle you want, and it'll work. Moving over to Tech Light, you can jump on just about every shelf in this zone, bitch. Honestly, with Tech Light being kind of the high priority rushing areas, I would recommend not hiding in it. Probably outside of it would be better, but to each their own. Moving on into the more of the middle section of the top floor, there is this arcade/bookstore. You can get up on top of that arcade system right here. I call this room arcade. People call it Red Star. People call it books. There is a quest in this room where you have to find a book that's on the ground. Maybe that's why people call it books. Whatever. You can hop up on top of that. I've seen people actually hop up on top of this and then actually onto that bookshelf itself. I think I got frustrated and gave up. That's exactly what I did. But yeah, interesting little room. Gives you a decent angle. With killer spawnings. At least this wipe, he was on the third floor the whole time. Not the whole time. Towards the end of the wipe, he was not. But it gives you a good angle towards where he would spawn. Across the hallway is this room called Figaro. It's a clothing store. If you come in here and jump onto this mop bucket, you can actually get up on top of these changing rooms. And then this will give you a great angle into that bookstore, as well as down the hall towards where that killer spawn I was talking about a second ago. This is where I'm showing you again. It's a decent spot. It's one of my favorites. For whatever reason, this seems to be a high traffic area. Yeah. Let's move into the extracts in this damn map. First one we're going to go over is Emercom. Heading outside the back of Ali is the direction that you're going to need to take to get to the Emercom Extract. There is this stairwell that you get up on top of, and this is a pretty well-known spot, obviously. I'm going to show it to you just so that if you haven't seen it, now you know. If you hop off of the stairwell onto this roof, you can run all the way down. You can also jump off of the roof onto several of these storage containers. That's, personal preference. A lot of people look up here. If you jump down there and go prone, it's probably a good idea. This little awning over here, though, is the moneymaker. You're going to jump off that thing, and it's going to stop you dead for all of a couple seconds. Don't worry. For whatever reason, your character has the ability to break through that wall. Going prone on this awning kind of puts you at a downward angle, meaning that the only thing visible for a lot of people from a lot of distances will be your head. Hopping off of that and going over into these boxes, you can jump onto this connex over here. On top of the connex is another place to go prone. Kind of change things up. A lot of people look at the roof. Not a lot of people look over here. I thought that you could make it up onto that, but I learned later, and here I am showing you that you could just jump onto this little shelf. I do believe this is a Stank special. He uses this one a lot. It's a decent spot. Not the best, but a lot of people rotate through that parking lot and then through the hole in that wall. Going over to Emercom itself, several places that rats like to hide. This is one of the more campable maps, with everybody having one of two extracts. You can get into the back of this truck. The reason I don't spend a whole lot of time there is because I was about to extract. You can also get on top of these tents. I've watched shots of vodka lay over here and wipe 5-mans for whatever reason. He's pretty much invisible. This is another one of those downward angles where your feet are down, your head is up. You can only see your head and the barrel of your weapon. Great spot. All of the other spots contain bushes, and I am not going to walk through the damn field and show you all the bushes. I will, however, show you that little spot there in the back of the truck. If you're going to extract there, that's the best place to do it. It covers your ass from all of the potential camping spots that I'm currently walking through, as well as the roof that I was on a second ago. Keep that in mind. Always extract on the back of the truck. All of these bushes here are what I was just talking a moment ago. Honestly, every bush in Tarkov has a weapon, and getting murdered by bushes is par for the course. Best thing you could do would be to avoid this little field at all costs. If you cannot, be ready to fight shrubbery, dude, because it's a nightmare. Heading out of this field and towards the back of Ali again, we're going to look at a couple spots that'll get you over here to No Bag. But before No Bag, I wanted to point out a few things. This crate grabber in front of us behind this connex, we'll get to here in a second. These are all over the map. With a buddy, you can actually get on top of them. That's a boostable spot for sure. You can also come inside of this connex, and it's a quick way to get inside of the garage. Not super campable. However, it is there if you need it. Heading this way and going up the ramp, we are going to make our way towards No Bag. If you have the inclination and you want to jump down, you can hop on top of these connexes. Again, that's mostly just like a, oh shit, somebody is shooting me a new asshole. I gotta go. Let me hop. But yeah. Okay, so this spot here, specifically. Down the ledge is a spot called No Bag. It's an extract on this map that requires you to not have a bag on. Thanks for narrowing that one down, Tahxiq, you jabroni. If you hop up on top of this spool, and then onto the back of this connex, you can catch people rotating out of the back of Ghoshan. I try to jump up there, I don't think you can. I do know that you can, I believe, hop down here and then jump into this spot. It will give you cover from your left. A lot of rats like to sit here and wait for people to rotate. With killer hunting being such a thing, No Bag is pretty popular for a lot of people. If you are... Honestly, with it being the way that it is, Stank has made kind of a living off of camping back here, and he has come up with the best spot, which I'm going to show you now. Sorry, Stank, but I'm blowing up your spot, dude. Hop onto this spool, hop up onto this connex. If you run forward and hop onto this barbed wire, you got to eat a little damage. You can walk through it, at which point you jump up here. Walk down here and go prone, and you have a direct line of sight to the exact spot where people have to sit in order to extract. Most of the time, once people see the extract counter, they are kind of relaxed and easy kills. This building I'm currently walking up to is commonly known as Power, due to the fact that there is a power switch on the inside of the building that opens up several opportunities, like opening the Kiva Arms store, as well as the secret underground extract known as Safe Room. Inside of this building, there are a lot of spots to camp. If you spawn over here and you don't turn power on yourself, someone more than likely will come out here to try to turn it on. A lot of rats like to sit up in this little pipe up here. Lots of verticality to this room. Lots of spots that people don't like to look up towards. Coming down the stairs and then back up over here. Big old window. You do kind of silhouette yourself pretty bad, so I usually use this stairwell to kind of break up the sight picture that my head would give off. Going back outside the front, there's a stairwell that you can take to actually get up on the roof. For whatever reason, it's not a very often used spot. Kind of understandable due to the fact that power is kind of off by itself. If you're not camping it, you're hitting the power button and you're getting the hell out of dodge. So I kind of get that. The wall is kind of, in order to kind of be effective up here, you have to stand straight up, which is better for the players that move around, worse for the rats. This little heating pipe is something that you can actually jump down on. When people take the car extract to my right, this is a great spot to kind of sit and wait and listen. For whatever reason, you're essentially on the outside of the map and not anyone ever looks out here. So it is definitely an option if you are a rat connoisseur like a handful of my friends. The final extractor we're going to talk about is Train. Train is the far outside of the front of the store. If you're going outside the front of the building, it's a hard right all the way in the corner of the map. This is a little bridge that is between the exit of Idea and the extract itself. I'm currently scoped in on it. This spot here is not often checked for whatever reason, because people like to hug the walls on their way out of town. If you come up here, you have the ability to catch them just catch them lacking. I know this spot potentially needs a buddy to get boosted onto. I tried it solo for a minute, didn't work out. Hopping down from the bridge, we are actually going to run our way over to the Train extract and show you a decent little spot. From the mall to Train is kind of a nightmare. If you're going from the left side, say you come out of the front, like the front middle exit of the mall, you have to go through fucking bushes are us, dude, and they are often camped. Like I said earlier, with Interchange having only 2 extracts, there's a lot of camping opportunities for those who like to take them. Several spots to get vertical on. It doesn't look great for people who are doing it. Playing the game as it was anticipated. But you know what, man? That's the beauty of Tarkov. There is no wrong way to play it. You want a rat? Rat. You want a Chad? Chad, dude. Do whatever you want. Fun game. Heading towards the extract itself, we're gonna kind of skim and scan the area. To our left over those trains is where all the bushes I was just talking about are. One of those trains over there is one of those models that I said you could get up on top of before. See that train right there? Directly on the right now. You can actually get on top of that and go prone and watch the field as people are trying to mosey their way out of town. Scabs and PMCs have to extract here. If you want a safe place to extract while on the side of the map, this little jump will actually get you inside of the train. The only issue with this is if you are not supposed to extract here and you get inside this train, you're fucked. There is no way out. I got one more to show y'all.
But wait! There's more!
I decided to throw this one in here just to bring awareness to new players who might not know it exists and or how to get to it. I'm going to show you guys how to turn on power, go to 11SR, go inside of 11SR, turn on that power, and then head to the Connex on the outside of the map. I have both cards. I figured I would show you. So here we go. All right, first thing you're going to do, turn on power, and then haul ass. Here we go. Gonna run out here, go up the friggin' ramp, gonna go back into the back of Ghoshan, gonna go into Ghoshan itself, dude, gonna haul asses, gonna go upstairs, gonna hook a left, gonna go into the burger spot. Now that we're in the burger spot, you actually gotta go into the shitter. You're gonna go into the men's room. A lot of people like to camp on this little sink. Go over to this urinal here. hit flush, it opens. The key that you need specifically is 11SR. I'll show you what it looks like real quick. It's this card right here. 11SR. You have more cards on you, it's going to ask you to select which one. That's the one. And then turn around and hold S. This is the safe room extract. Safe room extract, you have to use 11SR. This door will just be magically opened. People can take it, and it's only one use per raid. So, if you're going to take this extract, I would recommend hauling ass. This switch on the wall will open the connects I was talking about earlier. I think it's 11WS, I think is the name of it. And then hold ass. Go back upstairs. Go outside the front of Ollie. Hook the left outside of Ollie. You're going to go over here. You're going to find this little parking lot full of crap. And then you're going to find this power line that runs directly to this connex that doesn't make any sense. It'll make sense here in a second. So you hop up here, hop up on top of the connex itself. It's going to ask you to use a card key. If you didn't do any of the other stuff before this won't be accessible. Inside of here, it is full of a bunch of dog shit that I really wouldn't worry about. But now you know it exists. Alright, y'all, this is the point of the video where I say thank you guys for watching 31 minutes of me being a dumbass, and hopefully you learned something. If you did, maybe consider hitting that sub button, maybe a like button, maybe leave me a comment, tell me I'm a dumb piece of shit, whatever you want to do. Just engage with the video in some way or another. If not, I appreciate you for just watching it. You have a great rest of your night, day, evening, whatever the fuck. Tomorrow will be better than you were today, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.